Alrighty guys, we're here at Rev Match Designs today. I'm about to do this customer's LS1 intake manifold. This is a custom LS1 intake manifold as it's been modified and bored out for 85mm throttle body stock. This is a Bangle red match to a powder coat that he's running on most of his suspension pieces for his show car, and we're going to be dipping it in the Lilly pattern. I have it all cut out already. This is a Lilly Paisley, whatever you want to call it. It's one of my more favorite patterns. It's up there on my list anyway. So I'm going to get set up and we're going to go ahead. Please keep in mind too guys, the hydro dripping process, it's not really explained very well on the internet. So this came in as a stock LS1 intake manifold, just the black plastic. It then needed to be scuffed down, rinsed down. I went ahead and rinsed it out with cleaner and thinner and some brake cleaner on the inside to get all the oil out as best I could, just out of courtesy to the customer. That's just what we do anyway for that. After being scuffed down and cleaned with denatured alcohol or parts cleaner for paint, it's then epoxy primered. The epoxy primer is let sit on certain colors such as reds. We go through and lay a white base coat down. This is not spray can paint. This is not cheap floor paint, wall paint. It's automotive two-stage base coat. The same thing that are used to paint a car and then clear it over. So it's not really that cheap of paint, guys. Compared to other stuff, it's not really that expensive in retrospect, but it is definitely a little more expensive than people make it out to be. After the white base coat, it is then base coated in this red. Like I said, he sent me a piece and I took it down to the paint shop and had it matched. If you guys are going to have parts matched, we do charge a $20, $25 paint match fee, simply because, guys, that's what the paint shop charges us. We do not upcharge on that at all. We just charge you what they charge us, as a courtesy to you guys. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but to have everything matching on your car, for that little details, guys, you're going to pay a little bit more no matter where you go. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, we're going to go ahead and dip it. I just wanted to go over that real quick. And here we go. So there's the blank water. I'm going to go ahead and set the film on the water, try to work all the bubbles out real quick. It is key that you work all the bubbles out or else you'll get spots, perfectly round spots when you go to rinse off. Indicate bubbles for those who are dippers or just trying to get into dipping. If you're rinsing stuff off and powder's coming off in jagged edges, you caught air into the part and you didn't necessarily get bubbles, that or you used too much activator. So we're going to go ahead and go through this and get it all set up and go ahead and dip that guy. Don't do that for sure. We're just going to go ahead and avoid that spot right there. So what happened, guys, is my effort to do something retarded. Pattern folded under, water crept in right there, so I'm gonna have to try and not use that part of the film. And honestly, I should probably try and take this out. So I'm going to go ahead and let the pattern expand quite a bit, or try to anyway, try and gain a little more ground. I am using Hydrovator activator, and sprays out about 15 psi. So you're going to want to feed it in, guys, really deep. Because there's a lot of crevices and such in these things. And I did go through and tape the backside, guys, just for, you know, you don't want anything in there. Get all that junk out. And there you go, guys. So that's how that looks in red Bangle with the Lilly print over it. And even though we had a little hiccup right there with that water spot, like I said, you can, this is kind of forgiving, and you could kind of, you know, weasel around it. Full coverage, you know, in all the little crevices and cracks, and deep down in the sides right there and on the posts. I personally love this pattern. It's very cool with a lot of different colors, and it's rather forgiving for those dippers out there, but it just looks cool. So we're gonna go ahead and rinse it off and get it ready to clear coat here in a second. So now, guys, after dipping it, we're gonna go through and rinse it off really good. What that does is, like I've explained before in the previous videos, is there's PVA, which is plastic essentially. The water in the tank is roughly 90-95 degrees depending on which film you're using, and the plastic on the bottom, the reason the tank needs to be heated is it needs to be malleable, and that's what causes the wrapping effect. It allows the backwater pressure anyway to push on that plastic that's, you know, loosened up, and it's givable and it's malleable, and allows it to stretch, you know, the crevices and cracks and, you know, spots, and now what we're going to do is just rinse it off. It just rinses right off, guys. It takes a little bit, about, you know, 5 minutes or so. How you can tell that it's off is the stuff's really slimy right now, like melted plastic essentially. And you want to get it off till it feels like it just been painted again, so it's kind of rough, and there's no more sliminess to it. So we're gonna go ahead and rinse it off, and maybe I can get a better picture of it before it clear, and kind of show you guys what it looks like. Because today I am a one-man show, so when I was showing you guys the part, I really don't know what it came out like. So hopefully it looked good. But I'll go ahead and pull the camera off, and, you know, after it's dried up, and show you guys before clear what this pattern looks like with that Bangle red. Bangle red is a Spone color, I believe. Spone suspension or Spone powder coating. I'm not sure. The guys just told me it was Spone. So there you go, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it off. Alrighty guys, so here you go. I'm sorry for the red, man. This red is really reflective light wise. There we go. And with lack of clear, it just catches the black and looks silvery. But you guys can kind of see what's kind of going on. But there it is before.